Hi everyone, I'm going to be showing off my new homemade that I made. This is really my first video that I'm making to show off one of my blasters, and normally they'll be in a better HD quality, but my editing program is not working really well, so I have to use a different one. But anyways, this is it. It's a reverse-inverse Bullpup blaster. What that means is that it has a normal prime that you push back and then forward, unlike pushing forward and then back again, which is weird. So it makes it so it has a normal prime and it shoots out the back, which makes it the Bullpup. And now this part is red just because this is the only elbow I had, and it's from my snap bow stock. Yeah, other than that, let's get to it. So this hat is using a almost full K26 spring. I cut like 1.5 coils off, so it's pretty much a full K26 spring. Uses a modified rainbow catch that I modified down to fit in a 1 inch PVC, so 1 inch PVC is in there. That catch was actually pretty hard to make, especially because that's a slide in this PVC. Uses a omnidirectional catch, different kind of trigger, a U-cup seal. You have to use a U-cup or a skirt seal, and that is because the prime presses against the bushing, which is right here. And I was using a normal washer seal, but it kept ripping. I wondered why. It's because I was pushing against the washer so much. And U-cup seals are actually much better, and I'll actually show you that right now. Let me get my barrel. Okay. So here's your barrel. I'll show you the seal. It's pretty good. So yeah, it's still running, and I'll tell you when it's done. Not done yet. I'm sorry, I'm pouring it. Okay, now it's done. That took a pretty long time. It's almost a perfect seal. Here it is. It's a very nice seal. Better than I could ever get with the washer seal, and it fires harder than a washer seal. Surprisingly, this actually fires much farther than any of my other, not much farther, but about by 10-15 feet, than any of my other homemades, including double rainbow and a plus bow. I actually have no clue why, and he has more dead space and the same amount of draw. I'm really confused about that. If anybody knows why, maybe it's the seal type or something, just let me know, because it's kind of crazy. You have this floppy piece. It's the pump grip. It's 2 inch PVC, which is very comfortable. It's like a better grip than thin wall. I've never used thin wall, so I actually don't know. I'm lying there. It's a much better grip than 1/4 inch, though, and I actually really like it. But the thing is, it flops around, and on this version I messed up a couple measurements, so I had to make it this weird front piece that flops around and isn't really on the main body. My next version will probably use a thin wall grip. I'm not quite sure about that yet, and it won't flop around very much. It'll look much more streamlined and better. Now this little piece of 1 inch PVC is just hot glued on. Hot glue is incredibly stable. Like, I can't rip this off. And that is just because, yeah, I won't use the hopper yet. When I put a barrel on, it makes it nice and stable there. So that's why I have that. Yeah. Not sure what else I should go over. So how this basically works is, and the hero is used a 1.5 inch PVC body, and he used a plus bow plunger tube, and I think still a 1 inch PVC piston thing. I wanted to go smaller, lighter. This is actually a pretty light blaster, and so I'm using a 1 inch piston with that rainbow catch I talked about earlier. And what the piston is doing is pushing back on the spring and moving the catch. The catch actually just moved from here all the way to back here, like that much, or however much the draw is. And what this does is you obviously can't fire the blaster until it's all the way forward. Even if it's a little bit like this, can't fire. It's almost like a safety. Now, this piece has a hole in it, so when I do this, it's not going to dry fire, but it's not going to have the seal. Yeah, the handle's very comfy. Overall blaster is very comfy. It's a very nice length. The prime is super easy and super smooth. The prime is one of the easiest pump action primes I've ever used. So smooth. And it's just really fun to use. You can see the spring compression. In my opinion, it's at a perfect compression. It's not fully compressed, but it's almost there, so you're getting like best range as you can. It's really nice. So I'm using the blaster. I'll probably put the hopper. As you can see, the barrel starts off crooked, but I just fixed it. Hopper will probably be diagonal like this, so my face will be able to rest to the side. I'm a righty, and I prime this with my left hand. And I'll show you. Very easy to prime. And let's get to the firing test. This is the firing test. I have some slugs in there. I will be firing it at this dirty couch that has dog hair all over it, but you probably can't see that. Sorry the angle's like that. I just need to get the whole blaster into there, but here we go. Barrel is really loose. Sorry about that. The barrel doesn't, the PVC is kind of like loose in this Y, so it kind of pops out. I need to fix that somehow, but that's why I pushed it back in. It's not because of the blaster. But for those of you wondering about different kind of recoil, I really don't feel anything, to be honest. Like, it's no different than a normal blaster. I forgot to add this, but I really just want to quickly show you a size comparison of my blaster. This is a double rainbow. Double rainbow's a lot longer with a barrel. This is much lighter than the double rainbow.